Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday to everybody. Hopefully, everybody's doing very well. Your boy Kenneth, aka KTookes, aka KTookes 85 of the KTookes spot is here and ready to give you guys another brand new interview. I'm glad you guys enjoyed yesterday's interview. Hi, bestie. How you doing? So we're just waiting till the special guest comes on. Hey, how are you? So we'll see what happens in a bit. Just trying to get everybody in the room and get the special guest in the room, and we'll get things started. Here we go, special guest. I see you. Just waiting a moment. Well, hello there.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Okay. Let me do that. Let me do my introduction so that way we can introduce you very well. For everybody on who's looking at your boy K Tukes right here, your boy Kenneth right here. On the bottom right here is one of my good friends. And he's, how can I describe him? He's a good friend, by the way. He's an artist of his own. He's actually a film director. Can I say film director? You want me to call you film director? How you want me to say it for you?
Uh,
Or begin,
Writer,
or say premiere director.
yeah, film writer, producer,
He's
director, showrunner.
writer. He's a
Oh,
writer and all the above.
yeah.
But his name right here on the bottom, you guys, his name is Malachi Rivers. So you all please welcome Mr. Malachi Rivers to the K2 spot. So how are you doing, Mr. Malachi Rivers?
I'm good. I'm good. Now you saying the whole name.
Yeah, you got to say it all like to make it sound all
Yeah.
good and had to be all nice and proper with it. But like, but like for real, like on the real, how are you doing so far with the beginning of 2025 and everything? Hi, sister. How are you doing, Miss Stevie? Because I know my little sister, Miss Stevie, did an interview with you a few years ago. I remember that.
Oh yeah, I'm with Stevie.
So she's in the comments. So how are you doing? Like for real, how are you really doing mentally and just all the above?
Uh, I'm pretty good at this point. I had a rough beginning of the year. I lost my father in February.
I'm sorry to hear
Um,
that.
Thank you. So yeah, it's was a lot of back and forth. I live in LA, so I had to go back to the East Coast
Mm-hmm.
to handle a whole bunch of stuff. So I was over there for weeks at a time. But yeah, it was an emotional journey. But something really sparked in me, just creatively, just through that process, and I just came back to LA, hit the ground running, and just knocking a lot of projects out and just putting all my feelings and thoughts into work and
Yes,
really making it happen. Yeah.
yes, you have because we're gonna get into a lot of the big projects he has coming up in a minute. But how did you like? Tell us about your beginnings of when you first got started, like in the entertainment industry wise.
Um, so I've been in the arts pretty much all of my life. From the time I can think, I was performing since I was like young. I did my first play, and I think I was 7 or something like that. Yeah, I was like 7 in elementary school, and been in it all of my life. And then I went to a performing arts high school, and we were like fame running around the hallways and studying music and theater and things like that. And then went to college and studied, and yeah, and then finished and went to New York and hit the ground running. And I'm originally from the Maryland, D.C. area, but
Hmm.
I always I was um, I was born and raised in the DMV, but I grew up in New York
Got
because it really shaped me and who I am as a performer and as a person. I've learned so much. In particular,
it.
being in Harlem. Even though I live in LA, I still have my place in New York, and it's been 20 plus years. And even though I don't look it, but
No,
yeah.
you don't.
So you know what I'm saying.
That's that. That's that good. That's that good moisturization and good genes.
But yeah, no, it really shaped me. that city really shaped me and made me who I am as far as just an artist, and putting me out into the world. And yeah, it really cultivated me. One thing I always say to artists, um, the way to become a better artist is just live life. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Like really, really having to live life, and New York will make you live life.
I've
Whether
heard
you
that
want
because I've heard
to.
that from a couple of people who I've interviewed in the past. They told
Yeah.
me that, and and forgive me, even though he and I are friends, you guys, this is just a good time that Malachi and I actually have a chance to actually talk like this for a while because we've talked privately, but just like off camera and everything, but just like for you guys to see it, this is like I'm trying not to be starstruck, even though he and I are friends. He knows this, but it's like no, because I've actually been wanting you to come on the show for the longest. And then when I saw my sister, Miss Stevie, do the interview with you, I had to do a look like, hold up there, wait a minute, they did the interview together? Like, where was I at? And
Yeah,
everybody make sure you follow Style by Stevie underscore daytime
yeah.
on Instagram and subscribe to her
Great.
YouTube channel. Make
Enjoy
sure
the
so shameless plug for my sister right there. And make sure just make sure you she has her own platform, does a great job. I've done stuff with her. We've done multiple collaborations, and hopefully we'll have more stuff coming up for you guys later on this year. But back to Mr. Malachi Rivers, because you have done a lot of stuff too yourself, because I've heard a lot of like the music that you've done, like because what do you consider yourself, like an artist, spoken word artist? How do you really consider yourself like artist wise when it comes to like music wise? How can I really describe
on
that for
yeah
everybody?
on the music side. um I have both. I mean, I did projects where it was just straight up just rapping. um and then I did projects where it was just spoken word poetry.
Gotcha.
So right now what I'm doing, I'm actually in the studio, working on my spoken word poetry album, which I'm trying to get out by July, August latest. And so this will be the first full-length spoken word poetry album. I did another spoken word poetry album with a jazz group by the name of Twilight, which was led by Marcus Strickland. And we toured all over Europe and stuff like that years ago.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to
Um,
think. I'm trying to think. Did you send me? Did you send that to me before in the past? Because I know you had so
I'm,
much stuff going. I'm trying to remember. Did you ever send me that one before?
yeah, I might have. Um, I'm not sure, but if not, I'll send it to you after we finish the interview, just so you can hear it. But that was just a
Okay.
live recording we did, and we toured around with that for a while. And some great guys came out of that band. I mean, Keon Harold, who was nominated for Alternative Jazz Album this year at the Grammys, he was on part
Oh,
of the group with us.
big up,
Uh,
big up, big
yeah,
up.
Marcus Strickland, the lead guy, he was nominated for Grammy a couple years ago. So no, it was some pretty really dope people that was on that project. And yeah, so I've done both. But this project that I'm doing now is just straight up like spoken word poetry.
Okay. Now since you brought up that project, what can you tell us
Hmm.
about the upcoming project that you have coming up? The music
Uh,
project, I mean.
the music project is called No Signal. Um,
Yeah, I know you. I seen the covers and everything that you put
yeah.
out there.
Um, and so it's really about detoxing from the world, and and getting out your own head, and just really sitting with yourself and being one with God and the Creator and the Spirit, and just really tapping into who you really are outside of all the noise, and just being honest and true to that. And so that's what the project is for me. It's just really just my innermost thoughts about who I am and what I've experienced and what I'm dealing with in life.
Gotcha.
I found out that during the during the elections and things like that, and and it's just been a consistent thing of anxiety that a lot of us have been dealing with through the
Hmm.
election, pandemics, for actors and stuff like that, the strikes, you know what I mean, like a whole bunch of stuff, just back to back, and it's just creating a lot of anxiety. And you look up and you're like, oh, man, I'm just constantly dealing with anxiety. And I remember after um, the election was over and we realized Trump won. um, I promised myself, I said, no more. Like you got to balance your energy and detox from this because I was giving myself like crazy anxiety, just like looking at everything every 5 seconds and being like, oh man, blah blah blah, oh this is going to happen and this is going to happen. And I said to myself, I was just like, you got to figure this out. You got to balance yourself. You know what I mean? You got to figure this out if you want to be around to even see another election. You know what I mean? And so that's the space I was in. Even when I started creating the project or whatever, it was just sitting with my inner thoughts and not letting everything else from the outside world tap in. So that's where the idea came from. Yeah.
Okay. Now, since you brought up the music project, we can get that off. We could scratch that off with the questions I want to ask you and everything. Now, let's get into the biggest project you have going on with what you've been, your creative baby that you've been working on. Would you like to tell
hmm
everybody what that creative baby is? Because I know everybody's probably saying to themselves, looking at me and probably saying, what the hell is KTookes talking about? Would you like to tell them?
Yeah, it's called Moments. Um, and we have been on this journey for a few years now.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a
I had to do
journey.
that. I'm sorry, I had to do, Malcolm, I'm sorry, I had to do that for the audience. So, when they say the project you're doing, like,
Yeah, it's been on the road for a few years now, and it's still going on as far as just the process, and I'm excited that it'll be coming out pretty soon.
mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's about
Hey, Keith.
it's a short form series, a 9 episodic short form series. That's about a black therapy group and the moment that led each of them to therapy. Each episode focuses on a
Oh,
different character.
if for the record, you guys, hold on a minute. Don't mean to cut you off, friend. Okay, let me let you guys know. He sent me like the first 3 episodes, and I'm gonna tell you guys straight up, you were gonna love it. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Keith. I see y'all. Let me tell you guys straight up. It is his writing, going with the scenes, how he directed everything. When I mean you guys are in for a treat, you guys are in for a treat. Because I'm gonna say this, and I may put it out there a little too much, or maybe people may look at me like I'm crazy, but I'm gonna say it. The way you do your style of like just seeing how you directed everything and the scenes and just the writing and everything what you put out there. I'm gonna call you the male Mara Brock Akil. Shout out to Mara Brock Akil, the creator of Girlfriends, and wrote. But before that, she was writing for, Moesha, the Parkers, the Jamie Foxx show. But she created Girlfriends, The Game, Being Mary Jane, those shows. Black Lightning, Love Is, and now Forever. That's on Netflix. Shameless plug. But you kind of because the way your style is, because you just gave me like a male Mara Rock Hill, and I mean that in the utmost respect. So I don't want you thinking I'm taking that in
Oh, she's
a
amazing.
funny,
Yeah,
sarcastic way.
she,
Because I know
she's
it's
amazing.
because I know it's with your cinematography, how you done everything, the colors and everything. Hi, Joanna, I see you, boo. Um, you, I know you go. You're like me. You go for every detail and colors and make sure everything matches, like the scenes and just how the flow of how you shoot everything. I like that about you.
Thank you. Thank you. That means a hell of a lot. Yeah, I mean, listen, I couldn't be compared to a better person. She's amazing.
Of
And as a
course.
creator and a showrunner, I mean, she's amazing. And so that's,
Of
you
course.
know,
Mara Rock,
somebody
you'll be
who
watching
I
this. Get your boy out.
yeah, definitely. But no, yeah, that means a lot. And and so Moments is my baby. I mean, it's literally a show about Black mental health and
Mm-hmm.
issues that we don't always talk about inside of our community. So each episode focuses on a different character and their issues. I mean, we talk about everything. I mean, and some things are like kind of, a shock.
Taboo.
Like, what the hell? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's beyond
Yeah.
taboo sometimes. Some of the episodes are like, what the hell? Like, you know what I mean? But it's things that I've known that happen and I've heard of stuff that happened. And so I just kind of put it all out there and just, and I'm glad that people are gravitating towards it. We won a lot of film festivals, a lot of awards. So yeah,
For the record, you guys,
yeah,
he's been getting amazing, amazing reviews off of Moments. What I
yeah.
mean amazing just for this brother right here, this brother is doing a great thing, and I wanted to have him on the show for you guys because I feel like even though we've been friends for a bit, we've been friends for years. We never really like I'm like because you could testify this. Malachi and I we never really talked when he and I really talked about different stuff like message wise. I'd be like, "Hi, how are you doing?"
Hmm.
And stuff. We never really talk about what's going on like entertainment wise, but now that we can really talk about it, no, not really the moments and everything, like his baby moments, but just talk about in general, like what are you doing music wise, or what are you doing, like just acting wise and directing wise. This is like I wanted to be like a breath of fresh air for you guys because I know a lot of times you guys see me deal with an artist or maybe deal with maybe a celebrity, like an independent artist or maybe like a mainstream celebrity. So for you, because I consider you like in the middle,
Hmm.
because you're getting up there, but I feel like for you, you've done this for a while, so well, we both have done this for a while. Let's keep it real,
Yeah.
because I've been doing this since 2012, but
Yeah.
to start doing the interviews in 2020, it's just like wow, like you sometimes you never know what somebody may be going through, and you be like, okay, maybe this person is for a reason why they're on your show, or maybe why you're talking to them.
Hmm.
So, um, what has been the biggest reward, or maybe like the biggest thing that you learned about yourself, and you said to yourself, "Damn, I'm really good, and I didn't know this side of me was really there."
Um, I would say overall, I mean, there there's a few things. I mean, I'm in a space now where I know 1,000% sure that I'm a talented motherfucker, and
Well,
there's nothing that
well,
anybody
he,
can say,
well, you heard it, guys. He said it.
and there's nothing anybody can say or do or whatever that will make me feel less or take away from that from me. Um, and I think I had to go through the process all these years of becoming who I am in order to realize that and stand in my truth and just know it. And so when I step onto a project or when I'm creating something of myself or whatever, it's just standing in your truth and knowing, you know what I mean? Because people are always going to have something to say. People are always going to be like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. And there's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with
No, because
there's nothing wrong with taking
I've gotten that
criticism.
too. Because people think that they could. I've had some people, even family wise, who think they can control me.
Hmm.
Heard the word they think
Hmm.
they will never control me. They think
Yeah.
they know what's good for you, but really, you have to step on faith and you have to go on what you know is right for you. Even if it may seem to other people like, oh, it's not, they don't know if you'll survive or you'll be all right in the future, but that's a risk you have to take in life.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And you got to stand in your truth, man. And
You do.
that's the biggest lesson, that I've learned, just the level of commitment that I put in over the years. It's no mistake. It's not by accident. It's not anything. It's just this is an alignment with my purpose and who I'm supposed to be.
Amen.
Um, so yeah.
But with moments, name some of the cast. Do we know anybody from? Even though I know the answer to this question, but for everybody in the audience and like the comments, because they watch. Because right now we're on Instagram Live, but they can see this on YouTube also. Can you
Hmm.
name some of your cast members of moments that
Sure.
we may know, or maybe who we may need to get to know, who are talented and all?
Yes. So the lead cast, and I'll name all nine of them. So it's led by one of my besties, Rutina Wesley, um, who she's the narrator of the whole show, and she's the mystic narrator. So she kind of tells the story of each character and what they're going through.
And
And Rutina Wesley is known for Queen Sugar.
exactly.
Um, on Queen Sugar, True Blood, and also she's on The Last of Us now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and, uh, and then we have Dr. Jeff Gardier, who's a well-known, he's known as American psychologist, well-known
Mm-hmm.
psychologist who does a whole bunch of stuff on CNN, Good Morning America, and things like that. He plays a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, have Deshaun Terry, who was on the morning show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we have Sophie Bradshaw, another great friend of mine, who played Sue on Veep on HBO for 5 seasons. We have Devere Rogers, who was in so many things.
Yeah, just
Great, great, great.
just go for what you know. We don't want to
Yeah.
blow your brains away, but
Um,
because I know so much stuff you want to talk about, but I know you can't really talk about fully until
yeah.
everything is officially out there. But I'm gonna let you finish saying what you're gonna say, and then I'm gonna ask a question to follow up that.
Okay. Yeah. So Devere Rogers, Thomas Hobson, who's was just on That Girl Lele on Nickelodeon, played the father on there for a couple of seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal Porter Bates,
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn Durham,
Mm-hmm.
um, and myself. So that's the lead cast. And then we have Tiffany Snow,
Okay.
who's a wonderful actress, a lot of stuff or whatever. But yeah, that's the lead cast, and then we have an amazing supporting cast as well of
Mm-hmm.
people who are really killing everything. So yeah.
So everybody part of moments. If you're watching this interview, follow your boy. So if you need me to talk about you or you want to come on my show, you guys are welcome. Malachi approved. So that way you guys know if Malachi's on my show, you know what's up. But the main question I know a lot of people probably saying right now as I'm talking about moments, do you have an official release date when Moments is coming out for everybody to watch it?
I actually don't. Um, and it's funny because it's like I had certain things projected, but some other stuff is happening right now with some
Mm-hmm.
meetings. So I'll just say coming soon.
Okay. Listen, whenever you want to get the first exclusive to your boy right here, hit me up. You know how to get in touch with
I'll
me.
let you know definitely when it comes out. Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, because if y'all need to know, your boy right here gonna let you know. But besides you doing moments and everything, what else can we look forward to from you, like for this year and just in general?
So sheesh, I'm doing a lot of things. Like I said, moments, spoken word album. I'm going to be performing, touring, doing some stuff like that just to promote
Mm-hmm.
both projects. I am going to start filming a short film that I co-wrote with uh, Carolyn, my friend Carolyn,
Mm-hmm.
um, Pierre Outlaw, who's an amazing, amazing writer. I did a whole series with her where I was the lead male actor in it called Rhonda Mitchell, MD,
I
which is another great
seen that.
series.
I seen that what you did. I seen it.
So yeah, we wrote a short film together, and so I'm going to shoot that and just auditioning, getting with my agents and
Mm-hmm.
you know doing
Okay.
TV stuff, film, and stuff outside of my own personal stuff. I'm
Okay.
still as an actor and doing other things like that. Yeah, so
Okay. Okay. Don't show off. Don't show off. You my boy. I'm
no,
just being funny. My friend
I
Christy Q on 395, he asked a question. He's saying, who are your musical and writing influences?
so my first big influence as a writer was
Mm-hmm.
Nikki Giovanni. Um, and she pretty much changed my life. I'm actually working on a one man play right now as well too. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
couple of things or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
I talk about it in my play, and so there was an episode of A Different World where Kimberly Reese's character, um,
Mm-hmm.
played by Charnel Brown, where she reenacted Nikki Giovanni's play Ego Tripping.
Giovanni, the
Yeah.
whole thing when it came to Mammy and everything, right?
And that episode changed my life because I got to, for the first time, I saw what like words and performance could do together. And I remember watching that episode over and over and over again. And I always joke and say, Charnel Brown, who played Kimberly Reese, I always say she was my first acting
Darnell
coach.
Brown, we love you, boo.
Yeah.
Come on the K2 spot. We got you. Come over here, boo.
Um, because I studied, watched it over and over again, and I was just like, man, it's so like enamored, and then like her words and stuff, and I was just like, and I remember just started writing stuff, and I was like young, but writing wise, I was like chasing what she was writing, like, and just her metaphors and analogies and how she put things together, like even in that poem. And I was just like, man, this is just amazing. And, and so that was one of my biggest influences, just on the writing side, where things
Gotcha.
came about. And then like, I was thinking of like poets and stuff like that right now that I can think of or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Then it was like Saul Williams. Um, and for those who don't know Saul Williams, go look at a movie called Slam, most amazing spoken word poetry movie
Mm-hmm.
ever. He was an influence of mine. He actually played the preacher and um, and I'm drawing a blank right now.
No, no, it's
It's
okay.
Sinners.
Take your
He,
time,
he,
Malachi.
he played the
I got you.
preacher in yeah, he played the preacher in Sinners. Um,
Okay, okay, okay,
and
okay.
Father, yeah, and I saw Williams. So that was like a big influence of mine. I mean, and musically, there's so many people. I mean, Lauryn Hill, Most Def, Common.
All,
Um,
all I love every one of them that you just brought up.
yeah,
And for the
like
record,
I,
you
I just it's,
guys, for the record, I didn't mean to cut you off, Malachi. When he brought up Charnel Brown, that's like he said, she played Kimberly Reese on A Different World. And you guys know A Different World is on Netflix, so just shameless plug.
mhm.
If you guys want to know what a good HBCU, because some people we ain't gonna write his name, even though somebody else said it on the bottom, said his name by other crapola going on. But A Different World, please make sure you guys support that because A Different World was one of the shows that I grew up on too. It came out when
Yeah.
I was like, because the show came out when I was 2 years old.
Hmm.
But I remember it very well because when the show went off the air, I think I was, oh my gosh, 8 years old. But I remember the episodes, even when I was younger. Hey, V Brown, I see you. They were one of those monumental where it made you, it made you want to work hard and be the best person that you can be, no matter if it's dealing with college or just dealing with just getting your creativity flowing. So it's just
Yeah.
like I'm glad that you brought that up.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure. But yeah, that's
But
one of the
like you
shows that.
said, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, no, that's one of the shows that changed my life. So yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you the shows that changed my life, and I'm gonna let everybody know the truth because Miss Stevie knows a lot. A lot of it, Miss Stevie knows the answers to, but I'm gonna tell everybody else. Shows like A Different World changed my life. Moesha, Girlfriends,
Hmm.
The Game, Being Mary Jane. Even the class stuff like Living Single.
You just went
It's like
down. You just went down.
no, I'm just
You just
saying
went
those
down your
shows.
whole
They
show
no, I'm saying
list.
those shows. They had my mind as a young, light skinned black guy, black man. Is like these are great shows. Even like the classics that my parents and my grandparents grew up on, like Good Times. Um, like the Golden Girls.
Hmm.
Um, oh my goodness. I'm trying to think of a lot of stuff like that. But shows like that, like even Facts of Life and
Yeah.
like Growing Pains, like Step by Step, Family Matters. Those shows really meant a lot to me. The Jeffersons, yes.
Yeah.
Like they really made you like want to be better when you
Yeah.
seen
That was
stuff
our
they went through.
childhood. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Even different strokes. I may have said it, maybe I didn't say it, but shows like that, it made you want to, imagine and just be more creative, be a better person.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. I'm glad we got the chance to experience all that. You know what I mean? And just shows of that level.
Exactly,
You know.
exactly.
And I'm
Because
old
some,
too.
because some
So
people they don't understand it now.
yeah, for sure. For sure.
But what
Yeah.
did B Brown say? He said I miss shows like that. They made me want to go to college. Jeffersons. Now all we got is baddies. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Tip your tea.
Hmm. But I ain't gonna lie, because I've watched Baddies before, but I've only seen like a little bit of Baddies. I haven't really seen the whole thing, but I've seen like like the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I've seen like different other Housewives brands besides Atlanta. I've seen Orange County. I've seen Jersey. I've seen New York's. Like New York and like
Hmm.
Potomac. I watched those because at the same time, all the franchises, even Dubai, I've watched them all because we all have seen them all. We all can relate to different franchises. Even Miami, which I live in Miami.
Yeah. I mean,
I
I've
watch
had.
them all because you got it. Sometimes you just even if you don't want, even if you don't like it, you just watch it and you just be like, okay, this is what they're doing currently, or in the past, because usually a lot of stuff they record a couple months in advance, so that way when we watching it now, they're on to other stuff. So we're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. I never watch
But
it while it's actually on. What I'll do is
hmm
like binge watch. Somebody will come over, and then this is like, and I'll start looking at it with them or whatever. So yeah, I've looked at. I mean, my go-to ones with under that series is like Potomac, Atlanta, and like Salt Lake City.
oh yeah,
Um,
Salt Lake City is a great one.
yeah,
That was getting
yeah,
better. But then
yeah,
you heard they got one coming out soon for Rhode Island.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you're gonna hear because it's officially out there. Andy Cohen and Bravo put it out there.
Oh, oh cool.
Andy Cohen, Bravo, call you boy. That way, if you want to put me on Watch Rappers Live, whatever. Y'all don't be a silly, but at the same time, I'm just saying. Who's your guess and what he do? Malachi, would you like to tell Mr. V Brown, actor, singer, what you do? Because I know he's
uh,
trying to figure out. He said he's been tardy to the party of coming on this live and this interview, wondering who's your guest? What do you do? Why don't you let him know what's up?
uh, yeah, I'm an actor, writer, producer, uh, showrunner, director. Um,
He's the male Mar Rock Kill, upcoming Mar Rock Kill V Brown. Just in case you want to know what my boy down here does.
well, yeah, I'm performing, working on a few things. My series Moments will be coming out soon. I have some amazing people. Is dealing with Black mental health.
Hmm.
It's a short form episodic series, 9 episodes. Uh, and I'm currently working on my spoken word poetry album right now, and a few other things. So, yeah.
Do you have a release date for the
Follow me
spoken
on
word
IG
album?
as well.
Do you have a
Hmm?
over release date for the spoken word album?
It'll be in July or August. I'm not sure the specific date
Okay,
though.
just in case people who didn't see it, I'm just trying to bring it up for you guys so that way if you guys don't want to, even though he kind of told me the answer already. But does anybody have any questions for Mr. Malachi Rivers? Because right now we're getting close. Because this has actually been a fun interview, just like the interview I did yesterday. It was so much fun. Oh my gosh, with Dear Quentin. I don't know if you saw that one I did yesterday, like last night.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it. Yeah.
That was a great one. He's a cool dude. What I mean, one of the nice people in the world. He's like cool, like you're cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Well, it's good.
you guys know, I only deal with people who have cool vibes and who are very genuinely like for real. I don't do the fakeness. I think we got an answer. We got a question. I said answer question. Oh, we already answered that question. But V Brown wanted to know how you got started.
Um, well, yeah, I guess I'll circle back. I've been performing since my first play was when I was 7 years old. I've been in arts all my life. Um, and uh, I went to a performing arts high school. And when I went to college, I studied. Then I went to New York and I hit feet to the ground pavement and really just honed my skills. And did theater for years, long time. And now I'm currently in LA.
Okay.
Been performing. I've traveled the world as a performer. And yeah, it's just who I am. I don't know any other way to be but an artist. Through pain, through joy, through anything. This how it comes out of me. So
Okay. Oh, good question, bestie. Chris, I love you. He said, who are the dream people you would like to work with? Because I was just about to ask that same question. See, bestie, that's why I love you.
oh man, dream people I would love to work with.
Yeah, it don't have. Yeah, I want to hear this answer because I want you to tell the truth on that one because there's some people who I think you should work with, but I want to hear what you have to say.
Sheesh, I mean on the music side or acting side, like
All the above.
um I'll start with the music side. Uh as far as a young artist right now,
No, it don't
I
really have
love Doechii.
to be young artists. Just be people in general. It
Yeah,
don't have to be nobody that's.
kind
Go ahead.
of going down thinking like Doechii.
Mm-hmm.
Um uh uh
Good answer on
right.
that because Dochi, if you're watching this, we love you, boo.
Um I just want to be able to have Fantasia sing anything to me anytime, any day.
Well, you do
On a
know
hook.
you do know she's going gospel, right?
She's doing a gospel album, yeah.
Yes.
Um, um,
Even though I want my dream collaboration between Brandy,
Grant,
Jasmine Sullivan, and
that,
Fantasia. That's just my thing. If
yeah,
anybody feels the same way they feel in the comments, please write it down. Let me know what you think. But that's what my dream
yeah,
collaboration I would love to happen one of these days in the future. Oh,
yeah.
she's
Um, Jasmine, yes. I mean, there's so many. Common, Lauren Hill. Like, I mean, just like, yeah, people like that. On the acting side, um, I mean, just so many people. I can't even begin to. I mean, I would say that one of the things that I want to do, I would love to be in a genre, like not necessarily a genre, but just more of just a period piece. I would love to be in a period show. Like I love throwbacks like 70s and the 60s, 80s and stuff like that or whatever. I would love to be in a show that focuses on that where I can kind of do the whole Afro thing and
mm-hmm.
just have stuff like that or whatever. So,
Now,
but yeah.
okay. Now, V Brown asked a question. I think we might have brought it up, but if we didn't, I will apologize, V Brown. He put not too many men of color in TV and movies when we grew up. Who actually inspired you?
Um, so well, there was a few. So when I was young and I was in the performing arts and I remember being in high school and getting my chops built up as far as a
Mm-hmm.
performer and actor, singer, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
One of my teachers said to me, "You're going to be like a young James Earl Jones," and I really didn't know who he was at the time. Um,
Mufasa.
yeah,
Sorry.
no,
It
and
just came to
I
my
had to
mind when
like
you
do my
said that. I
research.
said, Tom Mufasa. I'm
Yeah, and it was
sorry.
like
I didn't say it
I
out
didn't.
loud like that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I didn't know his work, his catalog at the time. I was still pretty young, and so I started doing like research on my own because I was curious. Somebody was like, I was going to be a young, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and I started looking at it. And I remember being
It's,
enamored by it.
it's them
Uh,
vocals you got going on there.
yeah.
The vocals. The vocals you got right there.
I just remember being like enamored by him, like in his presence, in his stage presence, and who he was and how he came across.
Yes.
And then I saw Fences, not necessarily in person, obviously, but I saw it on tape and started watching it, and it was just like, man, just like blown away with just like his delivery and
Oh,
his command, and I remember wanting that presence, that level of performance. And so he was a big influence on me as a performer.
what about
And
coming to America? What about what he did coming to America?
hmm hmm yeah, I mean, coming to America, um, yeah, just I mean, like I said, just watching him, it was just like it was him. Uh, Whoopi Goldberg was a big influence on me,
Oh,
like to
love
me.
her.
Yeah,
Whoopi Goldberg,
I,
aka Karen Johnson. We love you.
I watched Whoopi and studied like Sister Act 2. It was another
What?
movie that changed my life.
And you know they
Um,
come and see Sister Act. You know they're gonna have Sister Act 3. They're getting that together.
and yeah, and I went to a performance. That's what I'm saying. So I was in school for performing arts and stuff like that. So all the time when this was coming up or whatever, it was just like to see that. It was kind of like, man, this is what I want to do with my life.
Hmm.
Um, and so yeah, it was just it was so many people. I could pull so many people from different parts of my life or whatever. But those are two I can think of right now.
Okay, I can
Yeah,
respect that.
yeah.
Anybody else have any questions for Mr. Malachi Rivers? Now, Malachi, let me ask you this question because it's just you and I. You know, everybody else is in the comments and everything. How did you feel when I told you I wanted you to come on the show? What was your reaction?
I was like, okay, cool. Like I just, it was really just like, okay, cool, let's do it. Yeah, I mean, I know you've been doing your thing for a while, and so I was just like, all right, cool, let's make it happen. I am always like honored when someone says, hey, I want to interview you, and I don't
I
ever
felt
want to be
like,
I don't
yes.
ever want feeling like yeah, like I like I um like I don't want to or whatever because I'm always grateful for people to give me opportunity
Of course,
showcase.
because I had to step my game up because I've seen a lot of interviews that you've done with everybody else, and everybody else who's done interviews with Malachi, you all have done a phenomenal job. So that way, if any of you guys are watching this and you see Malachi on here, even if you're on here live, or you may see it when we put it out there on like Instagram and then YouTube, every person who's interviewed him in the past, I have mad love and respect for all of you. So
That's
that
what's
way,
up.
everybody, because you know sometimes people don't really acknowledge the other interviewers who have done their job when they interviewed you. I want to just make sure everybody who has interviewed him in the past, you know, they get their love and they get their flowers because
Yeah,
you know a
definitely.
lot of times you have some people who are all in competition, like, oh, no, I got to get this one. Oh no, I got to have this interview with him. Like, no, it doesn't have to be like that. We all can be genuine and be together, and we can actually just love and support the same person. Because you know everybody
Yeah, yeah,
want to have the first exclusive. Now, first exclusive is kind of nice. Don't get it twisted, but sometimes you have to just take it as a grain of salt. Where if it doesn't happen for you, it's just not your
yeah.
time.
You crazy.
No, I'm just saying because sometimes it's really not people's time.
Yeah,
But I think we're in a competition thing where you know everybody have YouTube shows, podcasts, they have everything. But it's like I show love to everybody.
yeah,
I got love for everybody. I got love for Style by Stevie, my girl Miss Stevie, who that's like my sister, is one of my best friends. I have love for everybody. If you do something well, I will show you mad love.
yeah,
Even some of the celebrities who are doing their things now, but they try to do their podcasts now. Because you have even some of the housewives doing stuff. Like you got Portia Williams doing her thing. Hell, you got Shamia Morton doing her thing, which is my Taurus sister. Hell, Candy Burrs Tucker, who y'all know is Candy from Escape. She does her thing, and Candy's really want me to be honest with you guys. Candy's also besides Mara Brock and Kill is another person who really inspired me to be the best person that I can be creative wise.
yeah.
And
Candy's doing
she's even taught to tell me personally, she said, you know what? If you're gonna do something, be the best that you're gonna be. I had a lot of female influences who told me keep on doing what I'm doing. Even I had the legendary Jennifer Lewis told me, she said, you know what? You're doing your thing, keep doing what you're doing. Because she's giving me advice about stuff.
it. Hmm.
Like Jennifer Lewis, Candy Burrs Tucker. I even had Brandy, the R&B singer, said I said about me. Her mother, Mrs. Sonia Norwood, gave me all great advice. So I take what everybody, even when I first started doing YouTube and everything, I take it as love and just being humbled. Because at the same
Hmm.
time, who's gonna give you good advice like that on the low?
Yeah.
Okay, we got another question that came for you, Mr. Malachi, and it was: do you feel like the entertainment business has been tarnished by current events and scandals? Good question. Good question. I didn't even think about that.
I wouldn't say tarnished. I mean, I just say things are coming to light. I mean, it's just is what it is. I mean, I think we're in a time where everything is immediate. Um, and so meaning in the sense of there was a lot of things going on back in the day that people didn't have cameras for, that people didn't have social media
Good
for.
answer.
And I
Good
think now
answer.
things are being exposed because, the things that were hidden. Um, People are going like, "Oh wow, that really went down," and it's like, yeah, a lot of people knew it went down like
Yeah,
that.
I agree.
So,
Because because why you doing this? Now let's do it. I've never done this before. I know Miss Stevie has done this, but I'm not gonna do the top five like what she do. She do turn tables on people, but I'm gonna do this just for you, Malachi. You're the only person that's gonna have this factor right here on this interview. So now we're gonna turn tables, and you can ask me like probably like 4 or 5 questions you want to know about me, since we have gotten through the thing got the questions with you. So you could ask me a couple questions that you want to know about your boy.
um,
It don't have to be 4 or 5, just whatever questions come to your mind. That's what I should have said.
who is the biggest influence for you um,
And
as an
what
interviewer?
interviewer? You mean like just if like when you say like
Yeah, who
interviewer,
made
like
who who made you want to pick up a IG live? Who made you want to pick up a mic and say, "I want to interview you"?
um. Well, to be honest with you, I did it because okay, I'm gonna tell you straight up. When I start doing when I started doing my YouTube show, KTookes Spot, I was just inspired because I got tired of hearing everybody bringing up Beyonce so much, and I love Beyonce. I don't want the Beehive to come from me. I love Beyonce, but I feel like there's other artists besides Beyonce that's out there right now that we can talk about. But the people who really have influenced me, if you really want me to be honest with you, like artist wise and maybe just above like people in general, like Brandy Norwood has been like Brandy, the R&B singer Brandy Norwood. She's been that person where I've had some intimate talks with her. Not intimate like in that way, but I'm just saying like just intimate, like just as a friend. She said some sweet things to me. I've had Dawn Robinson, formerly the former lead singer of In Vogue, and even R&B singer Shanice. Those are like my sisters, like Shanice and Dawn Robinson, and they're like my close friends. Brady's a friend of mine too, but I feel like for them and then also other people like Latangela Newsom who played Marissa on the Nickelodeon show Taina. And,
Hmm.
every other people like Pleasure P, who's a childhood friend of mine, Urban Mystic. They all have taught me stuff,
Hmm.
and what everybody has taught me is just to be yourself. Don't give a what about what other people think. You stay true to your artistry and how you feel, and watch how what you put out there, people will resonate and they will love what you do.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that 1,000%. I mean, and I think that's pretty much, it's self-evident of who you are,
Hmm.
and how, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Everything you just said. So that pretty much is all encompassing. I get the idea of who you are without having need to know anything else about you. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, and just who you are as a person. So yeah, says a lot.
Hmm.
So
You still got some more if you want to ask me some more questions, because we're on me right now. So if you have any more questions you want to ask me, you can ask me some more questions. Because after we do this, we're gonna do a closing statement. Then we'll be done.
Um, where do you see yourself taking this
I
to the next level?
okay. I see this. To be honest with you, I want it to be just keep just keep it steady, but at the same time, if it goes national, national or like worldwide or whatever, or syndicated wise, I would love it. But I want it to be under my terms,
Mm-hmm.
where nobody's telling me what I should or should not say. I'm gonna say what I want to say regardless. Now, do I think I should do a syndicated wise, like how Wendy Williams did it, like on a daytime thing? Maybe not. But I want it to be like on a streaming platform where I could just say whatever I want to say and I could just keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like at the end of the day, what do I have to lose by just staying true to who I am as a person?
For sure. For sure. That's important. For sure. That's important.
Hmm.
Um, and I would say probably the last one. Are you going to stay in Miami?
That's a good question. I'm gonna be honest with you. Right now, yes. In the future, maybe not. But at the same time, it's just dealing with, family and everything because since I turned 40 May 4th,
Mm-hmm. Happy
it's just like
birthday.
I've been having different changes of how I feel. But I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
say yes nor no on that.
Yeah, I get it.
But it's just that type of thing where, you just want to know what's gonna, you still trying to figure out what's gonna happen. What inspires you daily, KTookes? Really, really best friend? You gonna ask me that question? Okay, what inspires me daily? I'm just saying that to be funny. My best friend knows I'm silly. No, but he said, "What inspires you daily, K2?" So what inspires me daily is just to be the best person I can be and touch people's lives. And sometimes when I do interviews, when I have people in my mind like yourself, Malachi, and other people it's one person I cannot say who I can't say yet. I'm trying to make the announcement after I do the interview with you. That's coming on next Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is just try to touch people. You want to touch people's lives, but at the same time, you want to stay true to yourself. But at the same time, you want people to know that maybe the person that you thought you knew has a different path in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to just give people like that perspective when I do interviews. And I want you to know that for you, for when I did the interview, for this interview we're doing, and I know it may be running like crazy as hell right now for us. But at the same time, I want people to know that we're here to, like, for me as a person, even Miss TV, we're trying to inspire people to be better people because you're hearing, like inspirations like yourself and others who have dealt with other stuff in your lives.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to make sure that you know that we appreciate you. And a lot of times we may not say it every day to you, but we appreciate everything that you do. Hi, bestie. Hi. There's another bestie named Aaron. I love you dearly. Aaron Sampson, we love you, boo. That's one of the people who I went to college with. And when we became best friends, we clicked immediately. And she's that type of person where I had her back, she had my back, and she's that type of person where it's like ride or die. But I know she's in Texas right now, but we still have love for each other. Even if we don't see each other, we can pick up from where we left off.
That's good.
But anybody have any other questions? Oh, I should have said that because somebody else sent a question saying what keeps you guys going if or when you get a little discouraged. Oh, that's a good question. Do you have anything you want to say on that?
Um, I just keep going. I mean, like I said it before, earlier in an interview, where it's just, I think once you really tap into who you are and knowing your worth and um, who you are as a person, just in general, um, you tend to get a different focus. You tend to get a different
I agree.
energy about the way you walk, and the way you talk, and the way you carry yourself. And
I
so, being discouraged is human, but I don't let it keep me down too long at all.
You can't let it keep you down. Sometimes you're gonna have your moment where you feel like kind of down for that moment. You have your few moments to, gather yourself and you be like, ugh, I can't stand, you know, such and such or whatever the situation is.
Mm-hmm.
But I get where you're coming from with that one right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, closing arguments, since we're off me right there, since you are ask me questions, I ask you questions. What anything you want to add that maybe I didn't talk about, maybe you want to bring up on the K2 spot that you want to just bring up in general, maybe just talk about?
Nothing I said in already. I mean, just everybody uh make sure make sure you support truly support indie artists, and spread the word about them, and talk about them and support their shows and go
Hmm.
buy their albums, stuff like that, and stream their music.
Yeah,
'Cause
tell them where they can stream your stuff,
it's really important. You can everything is under Malachi Rivers, Malachi,
which is
last
in the
name Rivers, RIV.
Bible, you guys. The Bible. Your name
Mm-hmm.
Malachi is in the
So,
Bible.
yep.
It's
So
the
everything,
biblical name in the Bible.
all social media, everything you can Google, you can find everything that way. And yeah, just really just continue to show love. I want to continue to show love to people that show love back to me as
We
well.
love you, B Brown. Go handle feeding your child right now. We know how. No, because he has a teenage child. I think a preteen or maybe a teenage child. But we love you, B Brown. B Brown, hit me up, call me because you and I we got to catch up too. But thank you so much, Malachi, for real, because you really don't know that this interview, and I'm not trying to be funny right now in front of everybody in the comments. I know they're gonna see this on YouTube. I don't care. I am really 15 years. Okay, okay, 15 years of me. Okay, my bad. You teenager, like I said, don't correct me. Anyway, Malachi, we really thank you so much for coming on the show because you really didn't have to come on the K2 spot, but you did, and we appreciate you very much. And we pray that you get the much, and I mean the much love and huge success with moments that your upcoming show that you have coming on. But when
Yeah,
you have that release date, let us know so we can promote it for you and we can put it on our Instagram stories and just spread the word because we feel like you are doing great things, brother.
thank you.
And just know that even if you feel like I know and we all have our moments, even I have my moments where you feel like people will doubt you, you are loved unconditionally and you have a good support system and you have a village here. We have your back no matter what happens. But just know that you are going to prosper and do very huge things in your life.
I receive it. Thank you so much. And
Hmm.
ditto,
Hmm.
ditto.
Now, if you want to keep up with Mr. Malachi Rivers, let him know where to keep up with. Yes, sir.
Uh, Instagram, it's Malachi Rivers. Facebook is Malachi Rivers. Yeah, any social media platform, you can find me that way. And yeah, follow me, show me some love, send me a DM, let me know you heard this conversation. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And if you want to keep up with your boy right here, you can follow me at KTookes85. And this is on Instagram and X, aka Twitter, which you guys know of as. And this show, the K2 Spot, it does have a page on X at K2 Spot. Also, when you guys are watching this, I know you guys are watching this probably on Instagram, but push follow on my name and Malachi's name too. Show him love. So once this comes out, let him feel the abundance of love that you guys are putting out there for him because he's gonna have a lot of blessings that's gonna come once we find out the official date of his show moments. Because I feel like this is gonna be a huge monumental thing for you.
Thank
And
you.
You know, when it becomes huge monumental, and you need somebody that come, you know, if you film in Miami, just shameless plug. I said it as a cough as to be funny. You know, you call me or you know you get my information, and we
For
can
sure.
you can have me on. Maybe I could be on moments a little bit. This is
For
maybe a little
sure.
cameo, whatever.
For
I'm saying if when it gets picked up for another season,
sure.
you know, let me know what's going on. You know, because I have some friends that would love to be on there too. So you just let me know. But we're gonna let you guys go because you know Mr. Malachi has other stuff going on too. Because you know he's on the West Coast compared to us. Because I know it's 8:04 near us and it's 5:04 near him. And I know a lot
Hmm.
of people are watching the season finale of the season 8 finale of 911.
Hmm.
So you guys are in other stuff, but same time, 911's one of my favorite shows for the record. We love you guys. We support you. And Malachi, after this, once we get off camera, I'm gonna hit you up in a minute, and I'm gonna send you, talk to you privately, and we're gonna have some other conversations, which will be quick, very quick, and then we'll have this video out on YouTube for you guys to see, and know that we love you. We appreciate everything you guys do, and I'm sure Mr. Malachi he appreciates everything you guys have shown him.
For
But just
sure.
know that this is the beginning, and watch how he flourishes very well in a blissful way. So we're out. So bye bye, you guys.
All right. Thank you guys.